સહજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. વચનામૃત નંબર 180, ગઢડા મધ્ય પ્રકરણ, 47th વચનામૃત. I love this Vachanamrit because it sets a perspective of how we look at challenges in life. How each obstacle that is planted in our life or each test that is taken by God is not to punish us but to transform us because we are mumukshus. જે સાધુને મોક્ષનો ખપ હોય તેને તો જેમ દુખવીએ ને વિષયનું ખંડન કરીએ તેમ અતિ રાજી થાય. Whoever desires salvation, liberation, moksha, the more I plant dukh or challenges or materialistic ups and downs in that sadhu's life, in that mumukshu's life, he વધારે રાજી થાય. He gets more joyful, happy, pleased that okay, I have another opportunity to grow. The joy is not of the dukh, the joy is for the opportunity to grow. અને જેમ જેમ વિષયનું ખંડન કરીએ તેમ અતિ રાજી થાય. The more and more material comforts are taken away from life. Again, વધુ રાજી થાય. He becomes more joyful that okay, now I don't even need this pleasure to become joyful. I don't even have this need to make me content or happy or blissful. Now he gives an example of a disease. જેમાં મુક્તાનંદ સ્વામીને ક્ષયરોગ થયો છે તે દહીં, દૂધ, ગળ્યું, ચીકણું કાંઈ ખાવા દેતો નથી. મુક્તાનંદ સ્વામી, one of the beloved saints of Lord Swaminarayan, he got tuberculosis. Now because of tuberculosis, he was prohibited from eating dairy products, dahi doodh, gadiyu chiknu, sweet things, and all these prohibitions could be looked as restrictions, but as a sadhak, as a sadhu, we always try to go to minimalism, that I don't want to engage into more and more consumption because I don't need that consumption for my peace, bliss or happiness. And hence he says, તેમ જે સમજુ હોય તેને એમ જણાય જે આ રોગે સારું સારું ખાવા પીવાનું સર્વે ખંડન કરી નાખ્યું, માટે આ તો ક્ષયરોગ રૂપે જાણીએ કોઈક મોટા સંતનો સમાગમ થયો હોય ને શું એમ ભાસે છે. If we are blessed with a very elevated Sadguru in our life, what will the Sadguru encourage us to do? He will encourage us towards minimalism, towards needing less and less and feeling more and more from within. This Kshayrog is doing the same thing. It is encouraging us or forcing us to have less and less consumption because otherwise these dairy products or these sweet things are going to further enhance the tuberculosis disease. So to keep the disease away, you are prohibiting yourself from material consumptions. That is what a Sadguru also does. For our spiritual evolution, they want us to reduce or minimalize our material consumption. What is the difference between a Sadguru and a Kshayrog? There is no difference. He says both are doing the same thing. In another Vachanamrit, he says that the elevated souls have always believed in tapascharya, in penance, in willingly reducing consumptions in life to train the mind and the body and the senses to live without materialistic indulgences and yet be peaceful, blissful and joyful. The love for life should increase in spite of not having any material triggers that instigate joy within us. This is what detachment is all about. That you should not need anything to become peaceful or joyful. Whether the external triggers are such that you should be extremely unhappy, yet you will be in the same state of being, in the same equanimous state of being. Even if the external circumstances are extremely favorable and joyful, you won't be happy or peaceful because of these circumstances. Your own core nature is bliss, peace and love. And that is what it will be, independent of external circumstances. The Kshayrog is also instigating us to be equanimous in spite of not having the liberty of material consumptions. But one is happening out of force, the other is happening out of good use of free will. The Sadguru and the Shairog, difficult circumstances and the Satpurush, they are both trying to teach us the same thing, that our dependence on external triggers should be minimal. We are mumukshu jeevs. We have to learn how to self-generate peace, bliss and love, how to be more and more self-reliant, and how to be independent of what is happening outside. Rogues and sadhus, they both teach the same thing. And hence he says, Je mumukshu hoy, tene tema dukhai javu nahi. Are we considering ourselves as a mumukshu? Mumukshu, mukshu means moksha. Mumukshu means one who desires moksha. If we are desiring moksha from all these ups and downs of life, we have to look at these diseases, these circumstances, these difficulties as a teacher and not as a punishment from karma. જીવને આસક્તિ એ જ અસત્પુરુષપણું છે. All our asaktis, all our attachments, that things should happen as per my desire, as per how I want. Life should unfold as per my wish and want. These asaktis are the asatpurush within us. And what is this rogue trying to do? Remove the asatpurushpanu and make us more like the satpurush. And hence he says, તે ક્ષયરોગ એ બે પ્રકારની ખોટને કાઢે એવો છે. તેમ એ રોગની પેઠે જે સત્પુરુષ હોય તે વિષયનું ખંડન કરતા હોય ત્યારે જે મુમુક્ષુ હોય તેને તેમાં દુખાઈ જવું નહીં. મનગમતા પદાર્થની લાલચે કરીને સંત ભેગો રહેતો હોય તોય તેને સાધુ જાણવો જ નહીં. લબાડ જાણવો એને તો કૂતરા જેવો જાણવો. Even if we are into spirituality, and if we are into spirituality for mangamta padarth, so that life unfolds as per our desires, then even if we are spending time within the company of elevated saints and Satpurush and Sadguru and Satsang, but does that make us spiritually aligned? No, we are not aligned. Our presence is aligned, but internally our mindset is not aligned. Hence he calls seekers like this labad and like an animal, because you are only wanting desires. You have just come to a spiritual source for material desires. Spirituality is about living beyond the material desires of the mind and body. That's why it is called spirituality. It's about looking at life from the eyes of a spirit. It's about looking at difficult circumstances from the eyes of a spirit. If you are going to think like a human about circumstances, then that's not spirituality. We got to learn how to look at it beyond human perceptions, with divine perceptions, which are spiritual perspectives of looking at the same things. Life remains the same. Before enlightenment, chopping wood. After enlightenment, chopping wood. We have to do the same thing. Our life will remain the same, circumstances will remain the same, challenges will remain the same, or maybe they increase, but we have to look at them as opportunities to learn and grow, and hence our perspective will increase, our joy of living will increase, our peace with which we live life will increase, and our misalignment or conflict within us or with the circumstances will eliminate. માટે જે સમજવું હોય તેને સંતના સમાગમમાં રહીને આવો મલિન આશય અંતરમાં રાખ્યો ન જોઈએ. કેવો મલિન આશય? મનગમતા પદાર્થની લાલચ, આસક્તિ ઇન વિષય, અસત્પુરુષ within us. All these મલિન આશયs is not what we are into spirituality for. અને આ સભા, આ સત્સંગ તો બદ્રિકાશ્રમ તથા શ્વેતદ્વીપમાં હોય તેવી છે. તેમાં બેસીને જ્યારે મલિન વાસના ન ટળી ત્યારે બીજું ટાળિયાનું ઠેકાણું ક્યાં મળશે? If after the blessing of such satsang, such satpurush, such sadgurus in our life, if we are not going to be able to overcome all these vasanas and obstacles, then where will we overcome them? There is no better institution or learning opportunity than this act of life. And in this act of life, we are blessed with such shastras, with kirtans, with bhajans, with satpurush, with sadgurus. Where else will we find this? અનંત દેહ કરીને આપણા જીવે ભોગવ્યા છે વિષય, તો પણ હજુ લગણ એ વિષયની તૃપ્તિ થઈ નથી. તો હવે ભગવાનના ભક્ત થઈને 1 વર્ષ કા 2 વર્ષ કા 5 વર્ષ વિષય ભોગવીને પૂર્ણ થવાશે નહીં. વિષય's core nature is that you will never be quenched by its consumption. You will never be satisfied by seeking more and more. The more we seek, the more we will want. That is how vishayas are. That is how material desires are. That is how material wants are. Whatever the human being wants, using its mind and body, will make it crave for more and more of it, and yet it will not quench him or her. ઇન્દ્રિયો છે તેને ક્યારેય વિષય થકી તૃપ્તિ થઈ નથી અને થાશે પણ નહીં. Who's saying this? The manufacturer of Indriyas is saying Indriyas are insatiable. You are never going to be satiated. The mind is insatiable. Whatever I give you and whatever I make happen, you are still going to be wanting more and more of it. And hence, saints, Satpurush, they scold us when they see asaktis within us, when they see attachment and wants and desires within us. આસક્તિનો ત્યાગ કરીને જેમ સાધુ અને સાધુ જેમ જેમ વઢે તેમ તેમ તેનો ગુણ લેવો. શૂળી ઉપર શયન કરાવે તોય સાધુને સંગે રહીએ રે. એવો અવસર પામીને તો અશુભ વાસના ટાળીને જ મરવું, પણ અશુભ વાસના સોતા મરવું નહીં. Don't die before you overcome all these desires and temptations and wants and wishes. Even if the Satpurus scolds you, even if they make you sleep on a bed of nails, never leave them. Never feel bad that they scolded me, they told me this, they are strict with me, because they are strict with you like a shayrog. They are trying to teach you something and you're not learning. Then life gets intense and makes us give difficult examinations. But those examinations are not karmic punishments. Those examinations are karmic blessings, opportunities for us to learn the right way to live. They force us to become better, like the rogue forces you to not eat dahi, doodh, gadiyu, chiknu. When the sadhu says, we don't listen. When the rogue enforces that upon us, when we get diabetes, when we get blood pressure, we still get tempted to eat something. But when the levels will go too high and it will become a question of life and death, we will quit everything. Addictions like smoking, drinking, we will quit when it comes to a question of life and death. And the sadhu feels that life is short. It is a question of life and death every day. And hence they get strict with us, they scold us for our betterment, for our progress, for our elevation. ભોગનો ત્યાગ કરીને ભગવાનના ધામમાં પૂગવું છે, પણ વચમાં ક્યાંય રહેવું નથી એવો નિશ્ચય કરવો. And now I want to reunite with God. I don't want to be dependent on any material circumstances that can dictate my state of being. I will be peaceful, blissful and loving no matter what my life story is. This is what this Vachanamrit is trying to teach us strongly. It is so well narrated in the Vachanamrit. It is so well articulated that a rogue was never meant to be a punishment. That life was never meant to take any revenge from you for your past doings. Every circumstance is planted in our life for our transformation, to bring us closer to God, for our moksha, for our oneness with God, for our reunion with ourselves, for being our own spirit, which by itself is peaceful, blissful and loving. It is bringing us closer to our own core nature. It is removing and filtering out all the malin vasanas that we have accumulated. This is what we have done in every Pashu Janam, and that's why he doesn't want us to live like a labad or an animal in this Janam, and wants us to live like a Satpurush, like a Mumukshu. May we all learn this perspective of living life and looking at life. Sahajanand Swami Maharajini જય